Hey everyone, welcome to the Recap Room with your girl Joy, your go-to companion podcast for becoming fierce female entrepreneurs. I'm going to be your host, and this is where we press rewind on our past episodes to take a closer look at the key insights, lessons, and strategies that can help you thrive in an entrepreneurial journey. In this space, we'll be breaking down big ideas, unpacking practical strategies, and reflecting on how you can apply them in your life and business. Whether you're stepping into a new season of growth, tackling challenges head on, or looking for that spark of inspiration, the Recap Room is here to empower you to take bold, intentional action. Together, we'll uncover how to align your goals with your purpose and turn insights into unstoppable momentum. Subscribe now and never miss an episode. Also, invite others to subscribe to the Recap Room. It's going to be a time to reflect, refine, and rise. Hi everyone, welcome to the Recap Room where we break down powerful insights from our Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast and turn them into actionable steps for success. So in this episode, we're diving into Dare to Dream Big. You remember this episode? Because if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. So let's talk about why dreaming big is essential and how to take real action towards making those dreams a reality. I'll be breaking down 8 key principles of dreaming big, along with an actionable tip and a key takeaway for each. Ready to set goals, believe in yourself, and take action? Well, let's go. So in episode 24, we talked about dreaming big. Bigger is a relative term, and it just refers to being a little higher or larger than now. For example, maybe you are dreaming of getting a promotion, or maybe you are focusing instead on quitting your dead-end job and getting the job you really want. Someone once said to me that dreams are a cousin of goals, and they also need to be realistic and well planned out. So rather than just telling you to dream big and then sending you off to try to figure out how to do it, let's talk about dreaming big versus dreaming small. So, what does it mean to set your sights a little higher? Have you ever caught yourself dreaming small? Maybe you've talked yourself out of a big dream before even giving it a chance. I know I have. So in this clip, we're going to challenge those limitations and show you why dreaming bigger leads to greater possibilities. So take a look at this. The first reason to dream big, I want to say take the limits off. So what is it that makes some people act in spite of their fears and then others not so much? Because we're all just as afraid as the next person. And so I say the difference is action, because fear is stagnant and courage is action. So we got to get out of our comfort zone. And I know we don't like getting out of our comfort zone because sometimes that fear of failure and not getting what you want, or maybe getting it wrong, and it can cause us to be stagnant. And it's also that we got to have the right attitude. In order to take the limits off, we got to get the right attitude. And we have to stop wanting it to be perfect. I talk about finding that balance of good, it's good, to it's very good. I didn't say it's perfect. I said it's very good. And you got to be okay with it not being perfect. The key takeaway is you are worthy of big dreams. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you can have them. So, an actionable tip is challenge yourself to write down a dream so big it makes you a little nervous. Don't filter it, just put it on paper. Fear is one of the biggest dream killers. But what if I told you that fear isn't just meant to stop you, it's meant to push you forward? So, in this next clip, we're talking about why you need to take action even when you're scared, and how stepping outside of your comfort zone is the key to real growth. So, take a look. But we got to stop listening to those voices in our head. We do have to get out of our comfort zone. We got to be willing to take risks. And so, in order to do that, we have to do it scared. So, do you have fear or do you have faith? What are you afraid of doing? Let's a couple things down. So, we know that some fears are actually based on real facts. They are there to protect us from harm. For example, jumping off a bridge or diving deep off a cliff into some water, and especially if you can't swim. These things we should be fearful of. What have you been allowing fear to stop you from doing? The key takeaway here is fear is normal, but courage is taking action in spite of fear. An actionable tip is identify one fear that has been holding you back. Then take one small step towards facing it. And it could be sending an email, maybe signing up for a class, or speaking up in a meeting. So life is full of roadblocks, but here's the thing. Some of the biggest obstacles we face are the ones we create in our own minds. So, how do we stop overthinking and start making progress? So, let's dive into that in this next clip. Number 3, write this down. Overcome obstacles. If you're going to dare to dream big, guess what? Let's face it, there is always going to be something that happens. But I'm just going to ask you, don't overthink it. So, because we're going to have to tackle problems. But the thing about problems, you got to quickly come up with a resolution, because those small problems will turn into bigger problems. And then it's even harder to make a decision then. So you're going to have to face it sooner or later. What can we do about it? You're in the faith zone, and then something still happens. So what do? Sometimes it's just as simple as just asking for help or asking someone a question. Other times it may be you have to seek counseling. Let's invest in ourselves. Hey, maybe we need to hook up with other like-minded women. Sometimes bigger obstacles can be broken down into smaller chunks. It is easier to overcome the smaller pieces, because a lot of times we look at, oh my God, I got this big big problem. I don't know what the next step is. So there are big obstacles that you can break down into smaller pieces as you are building your business. The key takeaway here is perfectionism leads to stagnation. Progress happens when you move forward despite the obstacles. So, an actionable tip is the next time you catch yourself overthinking, set a timer for 5 minutes. Write down your concern and one way to move forward. Then take action immediately. Have you ever doubted whether you're truly capable of achieving your dreams? Think about that. You're not alone. But the truth is, your beliefs shape your reality. So, in this next clip, I'm sharing why it's time to believe bigger and why success starts in your mind before it ever happens in your life. Take a look. Number 4, believe bigger. So, you believe or not. Fear of success is really a thing. And some of us are afraid of success. And we question ourselves and we go, who really am I? You have to think about that because some of us, we have a fear of failure. You have to envision your dream. And so what we think, we become. And we can't allow others to discourage us. You have to tell yourself, those little voices in your head, and then others, you're going to have to come up with some mantras. When you hear those negative voices, either from yourself or from close relatives, you're going to have to say, nope, go away. I got this. You got to allow yourself to dream bigger, and you're going to have to be scared and be encouraged. And because courage requires us to act, because we're all going to feel the fear, but you can't let it control you. You're going to feel alone sometimes, and you're going to feel afraid sometimes. And then sometimes it can even show up in your relationships, and it will show up in your health. And so then you're going to start dreading to face things. And if you're not careful, then you start pulling others down with you. So I want you to believe bigger. Take a few moments and write down some ways that you are going to start believing bigger. The key takeaway is your mind is powerful. If you can believe in your dreams, you can begin to create it. An actionable tip is visualize yourself achieving your biggest dream. Close your eyes and imagine the details, how it feels, what it looks like, and who is there with you. So, are you playing it safe? Are you settling for less than you truly want? A lot of us stay in our comfort zones, afraid to take up space. But it's time to stop playing small. This next clip will show you why expanding your vision is essential for stepping into your full potential. Stop playing small. So let's take a moment. Close your eyes, take a moment. So just imagine things that maybe you've never, thought about before. And so as you are visualizing, I want you to try to start being more mindful, paying attention right now. How are you feeling right now? You've heard me. We've got through these 5 things. How's your body feeling right now? Are you tensed because of what I'm talking about right now? Or do you feel relaxed? You feel excited? You're just riding away? What is happening in your life right now as your brain is actually starting to respond to these 5 reasons to dream big? So think about it right now. You still should have your eyes closed. Tune into how you're feeling. Take notes of any thoughts, of emotions that are coming up right now. Some happy thoughts. It's all useful information. Take some time to journal, because becoming mindfully aware of what you really want is key. Does living your life right now, is it making you feel good where you are with your business? Whether you're thinking about doing it, where you started doing it, where you are doing it, been doing it for a minute, whether you are starting to pick up a little momentum in your business and you're excited, but maybe you need just a little bit more, or maybe you're rocking your business and maybe you can encourage others and maybe you're ready. Does being in this moment right now make you feel authentic? You know who you are? And are you taking a moment right now? You're starting to write down and jot down some things. And now I am asking you, does living this life, does it feel like a big dream? And you are not playing small anymore? The key takeaway is, when you stop playing small, you create space for bigger opportunities to show up. So an actionable tip is, write down 3 things you truly want in life without limiting yourself based on your current circumstances. So let's be real. Failure is inevitable. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is resilience. Yes. How do you bounce back when things don't go as planned? That's exactly what we're covering in this next clip. Take a look at this. Ready to build resilience? This is where you're warm, you're trusting, you have a positive relationships with others. You already talk to others, you ask others for help, you done got coaching, maybe got some counseling, and now you're ready. You have self-acceptance, you have a positive attitude about yourself. You're ready to grow. You have a purpose. You have a sense of meaning and direction in your life, in your business. You have a vision. You're thinking about your dreams. And now your dreams will be more meaningful. And then you're inspired to act on them when you're in this stage. Once you make it to this stage, building resilience, I would say you probably are ready to act on some of your goals. The key takeaway is, resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about bouncing back stronger every time. Yes. And so, an actionable tip is, when facing a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Reframe the setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Dreams don't come true just because you wish for them. You know what the hardest part is? You guessed it. The hardest part is getting started. So, in this next clip, I'll share how to break through procrastination and finally take that first step towards your goals. Take a look at this. Number 7, you're ready to take some action. So, what is one action that you can take to start to bring your dream to life? What can you do to get started? Because getting started is the hardest part. So, what's one small action that you can take today to get where you want to go? If taking action means start your business plan, start your business plan today. If you already got your business started, learn something new. Strategy does work. So a plan is something that you say you're going to do. Strategy is that action. I'm ready to reach those big dreams, because for that little fish to jump in that big old bowl, that's a lot of belief. That's a lot of self-acceptance, but it's you. That's you. Nobody else can do it. That's you saying, okay, I'm going to do it. That's me 4 years ago. That's me 4 years ago when I put that exit plan together to leave my job and start my business. I put a 4-year plan together and I decided to leave in 2 years. I was so excited about the plan. I was like this person right here that's jumping. I was so excited about it that when I got to this little box, I was like, hey, let's go. Let's go. We're going to get this done. The key takeaway here is dreams stay dreams until you take action. Small steps lead to big results. An actionable tip is set clear implementation intention. You could say, for example, when I wake up, I will spend 20 minutes working on my goals before checking my phone. I know it's hard because we get the swiping. Okay, maybe 20 minutes may not be a realistic goal to start off. They say it takes about 21 days for it to become a habit. So maybe start small. 5 minutes. Work on your goals for 5 minutes. And then maybe the following week you can add an extra 5 minutes and do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes. What's the real reason behind your dreams? When you align your goals with your purpose, that's when you unlock true fulfillment. So, this next clip is all about discovering what drives you and how to make sure your dreams are meaningful and lasting. So, take a look at this. Number 8, live on purpose. You done jumped, you're empowered yourself. And so now, what is possible? Now, I do want to say there will be roadblocks and you can still get stuck because you're going to jump, what they say, new levels, new lessons to be learned. So once you get to that bigger bowl, there's still going to be some psychological roadblocks too. We are our own worst enemy. And so half of it is our own doing. We think 60,000 thoughts a day. And so we're going to have to let go of the word impossible. We're letting go. We're going to cut it. Cut it. Because the word impossible, when you cut it, it says, I'm possible. So anything is possible and you can live your dreams. And so once we have these big dreams, we're going to have to spend time focusing on our big dreams. You got to imagine a better future. Because you're at this phase, you're slowly taking control of your life. You're carefully molding a new reality. You're making small shifts on what's important and things that are worth celebrating. Don't forget to celebrate, have fun. The process to become more and that outcome is going to outweigh all the work that you're doing. And you're going to benefit. You're going to benefit from what you have put in, all the work you've put in. So make sure that the processes that you choose and the steps that you take to reach your goals are the ones that you enjoy and you value. So an activity that I want you to do, take a few moments right now and think about what is your biggest dream. Write it down. Write down what your biggest dream. But set a goal, a new goal that you haven't accomplished yet from your dream. So maybe your dream hasn't changed. You've been writing some goals, but today let's set a new goal that you haven't accomplished and then commit to this goal. Make some decisions on how you're going to implement this goal. And what are your intentions to stay on track with this new goal that you're writing down today? Let's dream again and then commit to doing it, decide how you're going to implement it, and then what are your intentions to stay on track with it? How will you stick to pursuing your big dream? The dream that you wrote down. Not just the goal, but the dream. I just want to say, as we conclude, having big dreams is not always going to be easy. It may not be as easy as it sounds, or as easy as I made it sound. Like it's going to happen. But hopefully this has guided you and provided you some insight that can help you easily shoot and reach for the dreams that matter to you, those meaningful goals that I've talked about. So don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid when someone tells you that, oh, that can't be done. Oh, you can't do that. You're going to do what? You tell them that I am going to do this because I am going to persevere. Over time, you're going to find out that it does get easier. So don't listen. Get those mantras together where you're going to go up. You're going to catch what they're saying, those negative thoughts in your head and those negative people. We're going to take that and we're going to bottle it or we're going to throw it away. And I just pray that you will dare to dream big. I just hope that this has encouraged you, has empowered you to write those dreams down, dream again, get going on those goals, pursue those goals again. The key takeaway is a dream with purpose has the power to transform not just your life, but the lives of those around you. So an actionable tip is reflect on your dreams and then write down how they align with your core values. And if they don't, tweak them until they feel meaningful and true to you. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Dreaming big is more than just wishful thinking. It's a mindset, a commitment, and a journey. So which of these 8 principles spoke to you the most? Drop a comment and let me know. And don't forget, we'll be back in June with our next episode of the Recap Room. Until then, keep dreaming big, take action, and believe in what's possible. All right, see you soon, Fierce Family. Bye-bye. I hope you are enjoying the Recap Room. This new series is a companion to the Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast, and it's a deeper dive into the solo episodes that you love. In each episode, there will be key takeaways and practical tips to fuel your journey and fresh insights to help you thrive unapologetically. So don't forget to grab your journal. I have some beautiful blank journals here with my artwork on the cover. So if you like to purchase one of these, you can go to my website at becomingfierceentrepreneurs.com. These journals help you keep all of your notes in the same place. And so if you're ready to make this year your best year yet, subscribe to the Recap Room and join me for every episode.